Okie dokie. So we got something in the mail. I think I know what this is. And it is basically for the channel, but this video will be about the drone build. Just a quick little update. And I may leave this in the video. I may not. I don't know. So yeah, it's what I thought it was. So this is just another external hard drive. Do not start making YouTube videos until you have literally tons of very large hard drives hanging out everywhere around your home. You will need them. You will need every one of them. This is a 2 terabyte. I have 3 of them, and they're not enough. So that's just an effer wire ire. So let's get to the real meat and taters. So this is the update, or the kind of the addition. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some stuff. We're going to talk a minute. And I really want your feedback on this because, well, I just dropped stuff all over the floor. And this may give you an idea as to what we're talking about. So we got 4 of these. And people want to charge crazy prices on YouTube for these things. And I don't really see a reason for that. But what these are, and those are the same thing, it's just 4 of the same thing. So what these are alarms for LiPo batteries. So we are attempting, this will be a part 2. We're kind of going over some stuff, and I'm really looking for you guys' input. I mean, I can sit here and research all this stuff. I really don't have time to do a lot of research. It's just when I get home in the afternoons from work that I do some work on this stuff. And so I'm just going to set out 3 of these and we'll talk. So I've got these LiPo batteries, and we are going to build a battery solution for the HS02 soldering iron. And this is it's a 80C, which is a huge supposed discharge. This battery came from eBay, but I'm pretty sure it was from overseas because I got 3 of them, and one of them was puffed up when I got it. I really just, and it sat in a drawer in my house for years. I didn't know what a puffed up LiPo battery meant. Now I do, and I got bags coming for these things. So this is a 5200 amp hour or a 5.2 amp if I was charging it. It is a 3S battery. It's only 11.1 volts. I have 2 of these, so I'd have to put them together in parallel to make 22.2 volts, which is what this pack is. This right here is a 3-cell. It's 2200 amp hours, and it is a 11.1. I wouldn't match this to this because the amp hour ratings are not the same. It's just, in my opinion, a nightmare. So I would either get another one like this to use it or this one. So my idea is to, when I decide, this will all be Frankenstein together until I decide exactly how I'm going to do what. Okay, so that don't do anything. Maybe it's this way. There we go. So it's a 3C, it found it, 3-cell, 3.9, 3.84, 3.93. So this is actually giving me some sporadic reasons. 3.9, 3.85, 3.92, all 11.6. And I thought I had did a storage discharge on this. So this battery has been sitting around for years with a full charge. Didn't know you weren't supposed to do that. And so it might not be that good of a battery. It's not puffy. It shows no signs of damage or degradation, but it's not the greatest. It's giving me some fluffy readings. This one, 3-cell, 11.6. First cell, 385, 386, 391, 11.6. So this one is still got one cell that's kind of wonky. I have one of these, the resistance is low, one of the on all of them, and one of them, the other battery, resistance is a little high on one compared to all the rest of them. So what am I talking about here? What are we planning on doing? Let's plug this one up, just see what we got here. 19.2, 383, 383, 390, 383, 386, 19.2. So this one's, all of them seems to have one cell so far that is a little higher than the rest. So here's my idea. I'm kind of decided that I'm going to need a lithium polymer battery, a LIPO battery. I think that would give me my amperage that I'm going to need for this iron, because it's going to be surging during the initial heat up, and then it's going to kind of fluctuate during maintaining a heat. So the HS02 is notorious for having a high surge on amperage above most power supplies, unless you put it in a PD 3.1 port with a proper cable. It'll reset your power supply. But on these batteries, it's not going to do that. So it's going to draw. But I don't want to hurt the batteries. These batteries can be dangerous. So there is a safety concern that's going to be in the mix. So this is a plastic case, and the cells are inside here. I don't know how close to the wall they are, but I am intending on printing a case to put the battery in. And I want the battery, at least these sides, to make contact with the 3D printed case, because if it gets hot, I want that heat to transfer to the outside of the case pretty quickly for me to be able to feel it if I touch the case. I'm almost settled on this right here, which is a 6-cell 22.2 volt battery. It is a 5C discharge, which will give me about 7.5 amps worth of discharge, which should be fine for the iron, I think. But it's only a 1500 milliamp hour, so I don't know how well this is going to, I don't know how this will work. I don't know if it'll work great, bad, ugly, or what. And so I am looking at trying to procure a larger, maybe a 5,000 milliamp hour, like this right here. I don't want to put two of these together. I guess, and I'm not really even sure how I would run LIPOs in series. I don't even know if it's safe. And so I'd have to research stuff like that. But I want to do it with a single battery. I don't want to have to do it with two batteries. And the reason being, first, safety. I want to have, and my idea is to have one of these plugged into the balance port, because this will give me, it'll flash voltages on the cells so I can see that. It will give me, I can set it for an alarm. And I don't know if it has a high and low alarm or if it's just two alarms. You heard it is pretty loud. So this will be set for the pack, say if it goes down below 3.5 volts maybe. Then it'll alert you and let you know, hey, you got to quit soldering and charge this thing. But I'm also thinking about some other options, a switch to be able to switch the whole pack off, because I don't want to forget about it and have this all sitting there with this registering and eventually deplete the pack and kill it, which could potentially cause a fire. So there's a lot of things that we got to look at. And what I would like for you to give me feedback on any safety concerns that you think I could have in using these batteries and what precautions I should take. So the idea is to have this incorporated into the device, to have a buck converter incorporated into the device with adequate amperage supply to drop the 22.2 volts to a consistent 20 volts. And I will prepare a pigtail to come off of this and have this in place and to go to the side of the enclosure I print, so that this will be exposed. And I've got to think about this, because I don't know what I may do, because I need this to charge. And so I'm thinking about pigtails from the case to go to the charger, because I need the balance and the charging leads, which is also the discharge leads, to charge the battery. But I want it to stay in the case. I don't want to have to pull it out of the case. So all this stuff will have to, somehow this will have to go to here with a pigtail that also has another piece that goes to the side that I can plug, or say a female, that I can plug a piece into and jump it over to the charger. Same with this right here, but the discharge on this has to also go over to a barrel connector that will adequately supply voltage for the iron, because I intend to use the barrel connector to USB-C on this kit build. And so the safeties I'm thinking about is, of course, this for a audio warning and a visual warning to see my voltages on the battery. And I'm thinking about possibly even designing a shut-off circuit where I'd probably just, and I don't know, what I'm thinking in the back of my mind is this right here, say, this right here would trigger when the voltage, and I don't know how much voltage is coming off this little speaker, but possibly could trigger a circuit that would disengage a relay that would shut this battery pack down. Or just entirely, because I really want to use this as the main circuit. I don't want to design an entire circuit to monitor the voltage to shut it down through a relay in that particular case. But I would like for, I would say the positive lead to go through this relay that will open. It would normally be open, and I would supply voltage to close it to activate the device. And that would be the switch that I would turn on that would give the voltage to the relay to close it. And the voltage would, of course, come off the battery pack itself to close the relay. But that would be a drain in and of itself on the battery. That would be an unchecked drain, but you'd still have the warning. Only I would have to remember to turn the switch off to shut the entire pack off, so that just the relay voltage or the relay draw wouldn't eventually kill the battery, which I would think it would be so small that it would take forever, but it's still a potential. And so I want to provide for these potentials. And so I could also think of a circuit that I could, kind of cobble together to... I'm almost talking myself into needing to put a low voltage circuit in here that would disable the pack as soon as this alarm goes off. And I know at some point, some way, I don't know how much voltage goes into these little piezo alarms, but I'm pretty sure it's enough for me to use to go to a trigger, or to work as a trigger that would disable the pack. I'm just not sure how exactly I would go about that. So your ideas. You guys are way smarter than me. So you guys, I'd like to get some feedback from you as to how you're thinking about cobbling this all together. I mean, I can come up with my own ideas and I can build all this, and I think I can make it work just fine. But I'd like for us to do it together. And so I love feedback. I love to hear, and I'm not just begging you for comments to make the video better. That's not what this is about. This is about us learning together. So I would love to hear your feedback on how you would think or go about building this. And what I want to do is take my ideas, your ideas, put them all together, and we end up with a great pack or an idea that's easy to be built. Now, this is the main thing. Okay, I have somewhat of a background in circuitry. I have a large background in PLCs, all different languages of computer programming, computers, industrial computers. I have a large background in many industrial areas. My electronics background is not massive, but it is enough to get by. And even programming PIC controllers and you name it, if it's a computer to program, I've learned how at some point or another, whether I'm good at it or not. And I'm not bragging, I'm just saying. So I can come up with all kind of ideas, but a lot of people don't have these skills. They haven't had to use them in their lifetime. And so I've just been lucky to be in a position or in a job that I needed to learn all these skills. And so I want this build to be something that your average person can do safely, because we're working with LIPO packs. And mistreating these things and not paying attention could end you and your house and your family potentially. They're dangerous. If they're taken care of and properly watched after, they're good. But you need to know those safeties and precautions. And so I want to come up with a system that can easily be built safely and securely and functions with every potential safety that we would need to make sure that we've taken care of most of the dangers, and we do it together. So I'm looking for your feedback, whatever you can give me on these ideas, and we can kind of get up and get going. I'm at the phase now that I've got these batteries, and so I'm kind of thinking I may cobble something together maybe this coming weekend if I don't have to work, and see if we can get something going just to test that it will power the iron and everything's good. So I've already pretty much decided that these batteries, without having to use two of them and loop, a parallel. What would it be? Yeah, it had to be parallel, because I need to increase the series, because I would have to increase the voltage. So I would have to do that to use the two of these that I've got. So I'm thinking about just experimenting with this battery right here, because it's got the voltage. So one thing that I've got to do is find my buck converters and my DC to DC buck converter that can support up to the 7.5 or better amps that this could potentially put out. So I get that, then this weekend maybe I'll try to put something together that we can test. So anyway, look, I appreciate you still being here. Let's discuss this and come up with a really good plan here, and I think we can all benefit from it. I thank you. I appreciate you. I enjoy spending time with you, and I'll see you next time. Your time is very important to me, and I thank you for spending it here with me. Thanks, and God bless.